equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
I just noticed the equalizer, or not the equalizer, the striker model sniper rifle doesn't match up with the rest of the guns that I have on my back there. Whoops, that's not color coordination. I should probably go back to, what school do they teach you color coordination in? I mean, do they teach that in fashion school? I don't freaking know. I wasn't ever going there. Regardless of that fact, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Mass Effect. We've done so many side quests in the past few episodes that I'm not even sure if I know how to roleplay anymore, so today we're going to see if that still holds true. But first...
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the Armstrong cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
Good. Good. I'm glad. Brought Caden and Ashley with me because they were there with Admiral Koku's missing Marine unit, and I figured they would want to go back and meet with the Rear Admiral and report with him anyway. So I brought them along. But today we have to pick up a couple of, well, drop off a couple of side quests here on the Citadel for people that we took side quests for earlier on in the game. Some of which have been waiting a very long time, and I feel bad for it. But others haven't been waiting as long, and we're going to take care of all of them today. And then we're going to go back on the ship and do some Codex entries. But before, and I'm sure that's going to be just fantastic, but before we go ahead and do that, let us go to, where do I want to go first? Excuse me. It's a 4-day weekend, so I'm not entirely awake yet. And this is yet another day where I'm recording where the family is home, so I apologize if I'm yawning indiscriminately here, but let's go to the embassies first. Because damn it, I feel like yelling at Nasana Dantius. And the tutorial arrow! I know you're there. I know you're watching me, tutorial arrow. I don't appreciate it. Anyway, let's head up to the bar over here and see if Nasana's still there so we can confront her with this evidence that her sister is a slave trader. I'm sure that's not going to be good for business. Probably put her out of a job if I code. Hell, I could probably go to Executor Palin right over there right now and be like, hey, yeah, you know that sorry diplomat sitting in the bar next to you, the lounge over here next door? Her sister's a slave trader. You should probably do something about that. But let's go to her first because I'm feeling generous today. I don't know.
Yes, Shepard? Did you find my sister?
Oh, I found her all right.
Dahlia's dead, and I know she was blackmailing you.
I guess that's what we found.
So the truth comes out. I hope you're not angry. Surely you can understand why I lied to you.
Don't know about that,
sister. If people
sister.
found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. That is why I misled you. I could not risk you exposing me. But now that Dahlia is out of the picture, it's no longer a problem.
I mean, I can see why from a business aspect, because I don't know if I would have even gone along with it if you had told me, yeah, my sister's a slave trader. She's kind of being a dick, so you should probably go kill her. But, yeah, you really should have told me about that.
I would have helped if you just told me the truth.
Perhaps you're right. I am sorry. We have trust issues in my family.
I can't imagine why.
Obviously. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
Nasana, to be fair, I didn't do this because I wanted credits. I did this because I thought your sister was in trouble. And now that I found out that she wasn't in trouble, she was the trouble, it's going to take a little more than credits for you to win back my favor, if you will.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. Could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
And a pleasure doing business with you, Nasana. Okay, so basically what just happened, if you say fair enough, or, you know, that sort of stuff, you get credits for it, obviously. If you say don't bother, she doesn't give it to you, and she's like, wow, dick, basically. But if you say, I've got a better deal, or whatever the Intimidate option is, I've never really done the Intimidate option, so I don't really know what it is off the top of my head. She actually gives you a license for the... for fuck's sake. Damn it, tutorial arrow. But, I don't know if I can show it to you here. I might be able to if I go down to the family matter. No, that's not it. Sorry, diplomacy. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Now when you visit certain stores, you will occasionally see the very rare and valuable Armali Council items made available to you. So she basically gave us a license for the Armali Council, which is the thing that some of our amps are made of, not the ones that Caden and Shepard have equipped, the Polaris, but the Prodigy amps are actually from the Armali Council. So now we can purchase those essentially wherever we can find them. And of course, the first place that comes to mind is the Alliance's Requisitions Officer, and we will be purchasing from him in not too long. Not that we really need the license anymore, because we kind of already have all the biotic amps we'll ever need, but I think they also sell Omni tools, and they're pretty good, so I might buy a couple of those if I can find them. Alright, and this is the last place we have to go here, although there are 2 side quests to drop off here. Of course, the first, you might remember, is this poor gentleman, Gareth, who's been standing around here since the beginning of the game, thinking about where his brother could have gone, Captain Willem. And we just now found out that he did not make it, so we should probably let him know.
Any news? Did you find my brother yet?
Yeah, it wasn't not going to be the greatest news that you want, not going to be the news you wanted to hear, but...
I found your brother's body. His ship was attacked by privateers.
Willem's dead? I guess I should have expected this. When his ship dropped out of contact, I just knew. But I kept hoping he might still be alive.
You gotta hope against hope, I'm sorry that I had to bring you this news. It's gotta be hard on you.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for finding him. It's better to know one way or the other. That's what they say, right? Please excuse me. I need to go make arrangements for his funeral.
Of course. Okay, well that takes care of that. Again, I'm sorry for his loss, but at least he knows now, Could have gone worse. I could have gotten killed on that assignment, although really I don't think that would have happened. Was that the assignment with all the ones using immunity that I brought Rex with?
I'm waiting to speak with one of the
I'm already forgetting, and I just did it in the last session. I fought so many mercenaries, man, pirates and crap these past few episodes, I just can't even remember anymore. They all just kind of blend together now. But Rear Admiral Kahoku, I have
Commander,
some news for you.
Any word on my missing men?
Yeah, bad news, sir.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Well, you're right. It wasn't their fault that they stumbled into it.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it.
I mean, I could talk to
Commander,
Captain
I appreciate
Anderson.
what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Well, how can I help? I'd like to help if I can.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Alright, sounds good. I have a sneaking suspicion that attack has something to do with me in a way as well. I have a sneaking suspicion that the people involved there may have also been involved in a coup, and I'm not entirely happy about it, so I feel like Shepard would have some sort of obligation and responsibility towards helping out with this whole mess that's going on with Admiral Kahoku. I forget if we get a mission from him shortly, or if we're going to have to go do a couple of other things first. Almost forgot to stop talking there, stop blabbing my mouth on the loading screen. But yeah, I forget if we get the mission from him relatively right away, or if we have to wait a little while. I'll see from here. It's basically the only thing that's on my recording schedule that I'm not 100% sure about right now. But for right now, you may have remembered from last episode I told you guys that I got the Rich achievement. Now, if I recall correctly, that means this Requisitions Officer has new supplies for me. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he might, and if he does, I'd like to get the license if I can.
Hello, Commander.
Hello. Need some supplies.
Show me what you got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Yep, there they are. Alright. So basically, once you become a millionaire in this game, once you get over 1 million credits, they start to sell the HMW SR line of weapons, which is the most powerful set of, or well, in this case it's SR. It's SR because it's a sniper rifle, SG for shotgun, A for assault rifle, and P for pistol. But they start to sell the most powerful weapons in the game here. It's part of the Spectre Master Gear line, and it's better than basically anything else that you can get in the entire game. Like, it's better than Tsunami, it's better than Equalizer, it's better than Tornado, it's better than Stiletto, it's better than everything. So, I'm going to be getting those. Let's see, that's 304, that's 266 is 570, 237 is like 7, 8... 075. Yeah, I should have enough to get all of them right now. But does he have the license for them? That's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the license primarily because I think if you get the license, you can actually purchase the these weapons from the requisitions officer. Oh no, he doesn't have the license. Probably means that my requisitions officer on the Normandy is just going to stock them once I get them here. But yeah, I want to get one of each because I want to hand them off to my the people that I'm using the master. Well, I'm upgrading to master in each weapon. So, gonna get this sniper rifle for Garrus. Gonna get this shotgun for Rex. Gonna get this assault rifle for Ashley, and gonna get this pistol for myself. And I still have plenty of credits left over. Good. But that's how that's gonna go. And unfortunately, Caden is not gonna get a Spectre gun right now. But they start to sell, same thing obviously with Tally, but they start to sell those later on anyway. I think they sell, I got the level 7 ones. I think they start to sell the level 8, 9, 10 ones later on in the game as well. But I think we can also get them, like I said before, from our requisitions officer now. So that means that I can go ahead and hand off the Raikou 6 to Caden. I got another one, so I can probably hand that to Tally. And then later on we can purchase their pistols for them from the Spectre Master Gear line. So that's how that's going to go. I'm going to keep an eye out for them, but for right now it's just a matter of putting these on. So HMWP for me. Transfer the upgrades. I don't know what I'm going to put in the second slot yet. I might put a rail extension. I'm not sure. When we start to get more mods, I'll look for something that might be useful to put there, but I would honestly be more interested if I could put different types of rounds in it rather than 2 weapon upgrades, but whatever, you know. Can't win all the battles, but you can win most of them. Okay, so I've got HMWP. Ashley, you are going to get HMWA. And I mean, like, look at how much better that is. The Raptor is a second tier gun, and the HMWA is just so much better than that. It's so the HMW line of weapons is just the best line of weapons in the entire game. Like, at least as far as I'm aware of. I don't think there's anything better. Of course, right now we only have the level 7 versions, and eventually you can get the level 10 versions, but again, I don't even think that that's going to be a problem. Do I want to put combat scanners on them, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? I might, but I don't have a bunch of them, so I think I'll just stick with what I've got for right now. And then we'll go from there. I should probably level up while I'm here, shouldn't I? Who do we got to level up? Caden, what the hell was that? Was that the weapon getting sheathed or something? I don't freaking know. But Caden needs a level up, so let's level up. I want to get him to Master Lift, I think, so I'm going to try to get him there. He'll be there by level 35, which is fine. Ashley, I want you to get to Master Assault Rifles, so we'll do that. And I am good for now. And like I said, I kind of want to save some points, I think, because there's a mission that I want to do relatively shortly that requires that I have 3 points available, but I might end up not. It depends on how many levels we get in these next, couple of missions, because there's a couple of missions we still have to do before we can head off to the final area of the Artemis Tau cluster. Although I suppose, depending on whether or not I actually get those, the mission that I'm talking about, we might not be, excuse me, we might not be heading off to those missions yet. We might go straight to Artemis Tau next time. But for right now, I know where I want to go, and apparently we're leaving Caden behind. Whoops. Sorry, Lieutenant. We'll pick you up on the way out.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, Serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan.
Oh, there he is.
After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
I still feel bad about that, having to tell her husband that he couldn't have her body back, but I kind of weighed her life against the lives of other people at that point, and, you know, was like, well, this could save more lives than if I had given her body back. By the way, Lieutenant, how the hell did you just do that? I'm not even, you know, I'm not gonna question it. Let's just leave. Let's just leave before they all bug out. I want out. That's what I want. I want out. Let's get back inside and we'll take care of those Codex entries.
Stand by, shore party.
I was gonna say, Caden, you probably want to get decontaminated, considering you just kind of, you know, teleported. Probably took a decent amount of biotic energy. You might want to get that purged before you go inside. Oh, man.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
This game is very buggy, in case you didn't notice before. It has its fair share of bugs. Thankfully, they've corrected most of them in Mass Effect 2 and 3, although there are a couple of other bugs that come up in those games. I'm sure someone has mentioned in the comments by now, hey, yeah, if you talk to Joker after each main mission, he'll have something new to say. And he does have one-liners after each new mission. For example, if you talk to him after going to Pharos, he says...
Commander.
Oh, he didn't say it this time.
Something you need?
Well, I'll cut it in here or something like that while I'm walking back to the galaxy map. But he says something about, like... Well, you know, I'll just cut it in a second here while I walk back over there.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
But yeah, that's what Joker does. So he says something new after every main mission, so I'll come back and talk to him, you know, whenever I'm done with a main mission. I got to go to the Citadel after every main mission anyway, because I have to talk to Captain Anderson and Ambassador Dina about the last mission that we just did, so Joker's going to probably get into that context too. But now that we've dropped off all of those side quests there, it's time for everyone's favorite part of Mass Effect, Codex entry reading! Yay! Oh, God. Oh, I should mention before we start, the reason why I'm not talking to Ashley or Caden downstairs is because I don't really think they have anything new to say right now until we finish the next main mission. So that's the reason why I'm not talking to them right now. I'll talk to them after the next main mission, along with... I think I might talk to everyone else, but I'm not 100% sure if everybody else has anything new to say either at that point. But I'll definitely be talking to Ashley and Caden after the next main mission when they get something new to say. But I'm pretty sure they don't have anything new to say right now, so that's the reason why I'm not talking to them. I just figured, you know, I'm going to talk to Garrus, Tally, and Rex after their respective personal missions, so I figure I may as well save Caden and Ashley's conversations for when they're actually going to have them, rather than try to get them to say something when they aren't going to say something. So, and I think after we're done with these Codex entries, I'll go down and equip those HMW weapons on everybody that needs them. I pretty much just need to take care of Rex and Garrus, and then we're good to go. But for right now, we need to do Codex entries. Now let's see, what have we got? We've got non-sapient creature, humanity in the systems, alliance, planets, and locations. There isn't too many. I had a look before I started the recording to see how many. I'm guessing there's probably like anywhere from 10 to 12 for us to do today. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. Okay, so this one, council races and non-council races, is exclusive. Non-sapient creatures is exclusive to the primary. Humanity in the systems, alliance, and ships and vehicles... Okay, so Humanity and Systems Alliance is mutual, and planets and locations is on primary, and ships and vehicles is on secondary. Alright, so let me take a drink of water real quick while we start with... should we start with non-sapient creatures? We might. I think it's going to just tell us about the Thresher mods, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look. Yep.
Thresher moths are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating or searching for something to eat. Threshers reproduce via spores that can lie dormant for millennia, yet are robust enough to survive prolonged periods in deep space and atmospheric re-entry. As a result, thresher spores appear on many worlds, spread by previous generations of space travelers. The body of a thresher never entirely leaves the ground. Only the head and tentacles erupt from the earth to attack. In addition to physical attacks, threshers have the ability to project toxic chemicals and emit bursts of infrasound as a shockwave weapon. The Alliance first encountered threshers on the colony of Akuz in 2177. After contact was lost with the Pioneer team, Marine units were deployed to investigate. The shore parties were set upon by hungry threshers, and nearly the entire assault force was killed. Alliance forces recommend engaging threshers with vehicle-mounted heavy weapons.
They're totally right, because you should destroy them with extreme prejudice, because they do not do anything to help the ecosystem of the planets, and they pretty much just like killing people, so that's never a good thing. But they spread via spores. I thought it was via, like, thresher eggs, that they just kind of could survive in space, but I can't see a spore surviving atmospheric re-entry. Maybe it's because when I think of a spore, I think of, like, you know, mushroom spores or those little dandelion spores that kind of float off into the wind when the dandelion gets blown away or anything like that. I can't imagine something like that surviving atmospheric re-entry, especially on a planet where, like, it's really hot. Like, it would just burn up in the atmosphere, wouldn't it? But apparently it doesn't, so You got me. They're a parasite. They need to be purged from the galaxy. That's all I really need to know. Anyway, let's go over here and do Aliens Council and non-council races, and then we will continue. Did we do this one? There's no uniform, everyone wears what they like. I'm pretty sure we did this one, because this was, yeah, this was the one that we just got on Pharos, and I did that one after we finished up Pharos, so let's go down here. Turian government. The Turian government is a hierarchical meritocracy. I know what that means, I just can't pronounce it. While it has great potential for misuse, this is tempered by the civic duty and personal responsibility Turians learn in childhood. Turians have 27 citizenship tiers. Wow. Talk about a caste system. Beginning with civilians, client races, and children. The initial period of military service is the second tier. Formal citizenship is conferred at the third tier after boot camp, so I guess it's not really a caste system because caste systems are relatively static. You don't really move up in them, but anyway. For client races, citizenship is granted after the individual musters out. Higher-ranked citizens are expected to lead and protect subordinates. Lower-ranked citizens are expected to obey and support superiors. Makes sense. Promotion to another tier of citizenship is based on the personal assessments of one's superiors and co-rankers. So it's a very collective government, apparently. I mean, it's a, you know, what would that be called? Would that be called an oligarchy? I'm not 100% sure. Again, feel free to correct me in the comments. And I should mention, I'm not being facetious when I say feel free to correct me in the comments. I'm not being cynical or sarcastic or anything, because it helps me if you correct me in the comments. It helps me to know for the next game. That way, if I'm aware of what these things are going into the next game, it will be, in the series that is, it will be easier for me to remember them, and then I'll be able to point it out when I'm talking about something. I'll be like, oh, that's how that works. So just seriously, point it out. It helps. Anyway. Throughout their lives, Turians ascend to higher tiers and are occasionally demoted to lower ones, probably for under-average performance. The stigma associated with demotion lies not on the individual, but on those who promoted him when he wasn't ready for additional responsibility. This curbs the tendency to promote individuals into positions beyond their capabilities, so you really only promote when you feel like they're really deserving of it. Settling into a role and rank is not considered stagnation. Turians value knowing one's own limitations more than being ambitious, because that's part of their personality and part of how they've, you know, become what they are. They know their own limitations and they take those responsibilities, you know. At the top are the Primarchs, who each rule a colonization cluster. Excuse me. The Primarchs vote on matters of national import. They otherwise maintain a hands-off policy, trusting the citizens on each level below them to do their jobs competently. Turians enjoy broad freedoms. So long as one completes his duties and does not prevent others from completing theirs, nothing is forbidden. For example, there are no laws against recreational drug use, but if someone is unable to complete his duties due to drug use, his superiors step in. Judicial proceedings are interventions. Peers express their concern and try to convince the offender to change. If rehabilitation fails, Turians have no qualms about sentencing dangerous individuals to life at hard labor for the state. Which is a little tough on them, but I suppose if they're unwilling to, change for the government that raised them, especially in a, civilization where government and military are so hand in hand, I guess I can see that being a standardized sentence. I don't know if I like it, but whatever. They are criminals, Or, well, they aren't really criminals in that case because they're being intervented rather than being criminals, but you get my point. Let's go here. We did that one. What else do we have? Krogan military doctrine. We probably also have one for the Quarians down there as well. Traditional Krogan tactics were built on attritional massed unit warfare. Equipped with cheap, rugged gear, troop formations were powerful but inflexible. Command and control was very centralized. Soldiers in the field who saw a target contacted their commanders behind the lines to arrange fire support. That seems more, what can I say about it? It seems more centralized than I would expect from the Krogan. I would expect if they saw something, they would just shoot it, but apparently not. I mean, that was before the Genophage, though. Since the Genophage, the Krogan can no longer afford the casualties of the old Horde attacks. The Battlemasters are a match for any 10 soldiers of another species. To a Battlemaster, killing is a science. They focus on developing a clean, brute force economy of motion that exploits their brutal strength to incapacitate enemies with a swift, single blow of overwhelming power. In Rex's case, when he uses Carnage, pretty much whatever he's aiming at dies. Like, I'm pretty sure if he shot a wall, it would just explode, if this game didn't have limitations in terms of destruction of environments. But you get my point. Rex kills things. This change of focus from mass unit warfare to maximal efficiency has increased employment demand for the fields of security and muscle for hire. Due to the unsavory reputation of the Krogan, most of these jobs are on the far side of the law. Rex seemed to... actually, we haven't gotten that entry with him yet. I'll save that for later. But Rex has probably seen a few jobs that are on the far side of the law of his own. Battlemasters are not spit and polish, but they do believe in being well armed and equipped, preferably with a gun for each limb. They can use guns with their feet? Isn't that like gun fu or some shit? They are callous and brutal, but methodical and disciplined. They use any means at their disposal to achieve their goals, no matter how reprehensible. Hostage-taking and genocide are acceptable means to ensure quiet occupation with few Krogan casualties. I don't agree, but it's the Krogan way of living, so whatever. The Krogan serving with Saren's forces appear to be returning to the old style of mass attritional combat. They also work in close cooperation with supporting Geth units who fill the roles occupied by combat drones in other armies. Biotics are rare among the Krogan. Those that exist are viewed with suspicion and fear. The Krogan see this aura of fear as a useful quality for an officer and often promote them. Combat drones and their high-tech equipment are likewise in short supply. I mean, really, how many Krogan engineers do you see, really, You'd be more likely to see a Krogan infiltrator because it's a combat and tech mix. And even then, I don't think a Krogan infiltrator is very good at being an infiltrator, to be completely honest. How do you get an 800-pound dinosaur in some place completely unawares, with the enemy completely unawares, that is? It just doesn't happen. Of course, if that class is a class in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, feel free to correct me. I've never played Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, so I have no idea. Anything on the Quarians? No, nothing on the Quarians. Alright. Well, maybe we'll get something from Tally later. What else have we got? Humanity and Systems Alliance ships and vehicles, Humanity and Systems Alliance planets and locations.